My toxic sister-in-law fat-shamed me, so I exposed her hypocrisy in front of everyone. My brother married Amanda 3 years ago, and ever since then, being around her has been exhausting. Every time we're together, she has something to say about my clothes, my eating habits, or my body. I'm still in college, and the past few years haven't been easy. My weight has gone up and down a lot. Some months I gain 20 pounds, and other months I lose it again. I'm working with a nutritionist to find balance, but I've accepted something hard. I may never hit my high school weight again while staying healthy. Amanda, on the other hand, looks like a swimsuit model. Tall, thin, and flawless. When I first met her, I'll admit it, I was jealous. But that was before I realized she's not pretty on the inside. At every family dinner, she watches what I eat and makes comments like, "Are you really going to eat all that?" If my clothes don't fit perfectly, she notices immediately. On Thanksgiving, I wore a pair of jeans that were a little tight, and she smiled and said, "Oh, honey, you must feel so squished in those." Meanwhile, she walks around in skin-tight outfits, so don't pretend she's concerned about my comfort. She constantly talks about clean eating and working out like she's some kind of health influencer, acting like everything about her body is natural. Most of the time, I ignore her, because the only reason I tolerate Amanda at all is my nephew. I adore that kid, and I even babysit him sometimes to earn a little extra money. Then one day, everything changed. A few weeks ago, Amanda called me in a panic and begged me to watch the baby because it was an emergency. I had class that day, and my professor is extremely strict, but she kept begging, so I agreed. She dropped him off and rushed out without explaining anything. The afternoon was actually really nice, but I was stressed because I had extra work to catch up on. When she came back, I asked what happened. She hesitated, then asked me to keep a secret. She told me she had rushed to her plastic surgeon because she thought something was wrong with one of her implants. I was shocked, but then she admitted everything. Before she even met my brother, she had already had multiple procedures. Breast implants, liposuction, a nose job, and a tummy tuck. Her perfect body wasn't natural at all. And after having the baby, she went back for more procedures. Just small touch-ups to tighten everything. And that part was paid for by my brother. So all that bragging about getting her body back naturally after pregnancy wasn't hard work at all. It was surgery. I thought maybe now she would stop judging me, but I was wrong. A week later, at a family dinner, she looked at my plate and said, "Oh honey, you're never getting your figure back with all those carbs." That was it. I was done. I looked straight at her and said, "Is that advice from you? Or your plastic surgeon?" There was a pause, and my brother kicked me under the table, but I didn't stop. I looked at my parents and said, "Oh, you didn't know? She spent a fortune on plastic surgery." The room went silent. My parents were shocked. At first they tried to stay polite, but then my brother started explaining everything, and they realized the truth. He had been paying for her post-pregnancy procedures while struggling financially, and meanwhile, my parents had been helping with childcare, thinking she was recovering from childbirth, not surgery. They were furious. They started yelling, calling them selfish and irresponsible. Amanda burst into tears and demanded my brother take her home, and in their rush to leave, they didn't think clearly. They didn't grab anything, didn't say goodbye, and they forgot the baby. He was still sitting there in his high chair, completely unaware, and in that moment, it said everything. Because her perfect body was never the real problem, her hypocrisy was.